It's Bruce Hill, New Skills, New You. What's one skill that you can implement today, right? You can learn today, implement today that's going to help you today. That's the question. What can I learn today, do today that's going to help me today, make you some money tomorrow? When I started New Skills, New You, I had this concept that one new skill will change your life. Pretty simple concept, but profound, right? You don't need to move to Atlanta. You don't need to go get another degree. Um, you don't need to go study in the mountains of Tibet. Just one new skill will change your life and change your business. And as I've evolved, I realized that I don't want you to change. I want you to grow. I don't want you to change. I want you to grow. So let's pretend. Today we're talking about growing. You're a tree. I don't want you to change into a mountain, right? I want you to be a tree. I just want you to be a bigger, stronger, taller tree. I want you to grow and you to evolve. So when we talk about one new skill will change your life, I want you to grow so that everything around you changes for the better. That's the goal. That's why I do it. Because I know if you grow, everything in your life grows, your business grows. You grow your people, you grow your business. So if you're a people leader, a business owner, the investment isn't just for you, it's for everyone around you. Maybe you're like, well, Bruce, I work for a company. Does it apply to me? Absolutely. Whether you're an individual contributor, you're a people leader, or VP of people, one new skill will change your life. So what skill can I possibly teach to everyone that's going to help everyone at least this much, right? And it's asking better questions. That's the go-to skill. That's the one thing. If you learn to ask better questions, you're going to get better answers. If you ask better questions, you're going to have better conversations. If you ask better questions, they're going to turn into better clients. There's something really fascinating that happens when you ask a question. If you pause long enough, the brain starts to search for an answer. It searches to understand, searches to explain. And so now we have this internal dialogue that happens. We can use this as a tool for self-reflection, problem solving, and strategy building. But then in a conversation, there's an exchange that happens. And I love to hear, oh, I never thought of it that way. Oh, that's a good question. Let me think about it. And then there's a pause, right? And that's their mind working. So I wrote Better Questions, Better Clients. It's a book to help you do just that. And I realized when I started, it was new skills, new you, and I taught all the skills. Right? If it was personal and professional development, I talked about it. Productivity, confidence, leadership, sales, more communication, learning, discipline, all the skills. The most requested one I got was sales. I said, okay, so I was up in sales teams, sales leaders, entrepreneurs from teaching sales skills. And I really wanted to share an old slide deck I found. But the reason I'm recording it, like the camera looks like this, I'm recording this local to the computer. For my non-techies, that means I'm not online right now. Obviously, I'll upload it later. When the Wi-Fi gets, here it is. The Wi-Fi is 0.64 megabytes per second. That means you're like, what does that mean? If network engineers, you realize you feel my pain. Like that's that dial-up speeds. If you don't know what that means, that number's not supposed to be 6.64. It's supposed to be 100.64. Literally 1,000 times. Okay, fine. It's an exaggeration. Like 150 times stronger. So I'm recording it locally. And hopefully I can get it uploaded tonight. But I didn't want the day to go by without saying, okay, well, how can I add value? How can I contribute to your success? How can I help you get there a little smoother, a little faster? And that's teaching you how to ask better questions. So there's four questions, and they fall into two categories, and then there's two purposes. We know open-ended and closed-ended questions. You know those already. Now, when do we use each one? Open-ended questions are for getting information. Closed-ended questions are for confirmation. Information, confirmation. 80% of your questions should be open-ended questions. 80% of your questions should be open-ended questions in most scenarios. The two question purposes are context questions and concrete questions. A concrete question can be open-ended or closed-ended. A context question can be open-ended or closed-ended. It doesn't change the type of question, it changes why we ask them. A context question seeks to understand the motivation or your thought process behind. A concrete question is for collecting data. Stay with me. I'm going to make slides for these. Actually, I know what I'll do. AskingBetterQuestions.com. AskingBetterQuestions.com. You can get pre-order the book, and depending on when you watch this, it'll prompt you to download the Better Questions Toolkit. There you go. Don't say I didn't give you anything. So, because I know this, like, it may be a new concept for some of you. You're trying to picture this, and I know visual aids are really helpful. Think of it this way: a concrete question is for gathering data, right? Not just information, but data is usually a piece of information that doesn't change. Right? There's only one answer. So think of a credit application. What's your name? What's your date of birth? What's your address? What's your social security number? Those are data points. Those are also open-ended questions. Now, something you might see on an application, a concrete question would be, um, are you a U.S. citizen? Maybe we're looking at job application, right? Are you legally authorized to work in the United States? Are you located within this state that we're hiring, or this country that we're hiring? Those are data points. So that's a closed-ended question, but it's still a concrete question. I want a very specific piece of data from you. Now, context questions. This is where we start to have better conversations that turn into clients. Context questions say, hey, listen, you use this software for your payroll. Why did you choose that one? So that's an open-ended question, but it's looking at underneath it, not just what is the payroll, but why did you choose that? And so we're going to ask questions. Maybe you're a HR specialist, a human capital specialist. You say, hey, how does that impact your day to day? How do you like it? What? Or I might even ask this, do you like it? Right? That's a context question, but it's a closed-ended question. The answer is yes or no. So I want to confirm, hey, is this even something that you find valuable? So we have this concept of asking better questions, and that was really high level. We'll dive into more examples, how we use them. But this is my encouragement to you. Before you make a huge leap to change your life drastically, before you invest into, expensive mastermind, I want you to look at what skill can I learn today that I can use today that can help my life be a little bit better tomorrow. What skill can I learn today that I can use today that's going to help my business be a little bit better tomorrow? If that's a question you've asked yourself, you're in the right place. What do they say? Like and subscribe. One new skill will change your life. And once you've grown, your life changes. You give yourself options. You create opportunities. And now you have a better outlook and possibilities. That's what I want for you. That's why I get up every morning and I'll tell you a little something. My only New Year's resolution, if you believe in those sort of things, is to upload one YouTube video every day this year. That's it. And I want them to be about 10 minutes, no cheating, all right? 30 seconds, close enough. I want it to be 10 minutes of something valuable that you can apply to your life. And so for this one is ask better questions. If you need help asking better questions, you're like, all right, what does that mean? Grab a copy of the book, Better Questions, Better Clients. That's a great place to start. Or just watch the videos on this channel. I break it down. You'll see me reading from the book. You'll see me breaking out concepts, answering questions from other coaches or clients. Do some live coaching sessions. Those seem to be impactful, so we'll do some more of those. I just want this to be somewhere valuable that you can grow so that your life changes for the better, so your business changes for the better. So, my name is Bruce Hill. I believe one new skill will change your life, and I focus on making sales simple for startup founders, entrepreneurs, and professional service businesses. Cheers to your success.